Welcome back to chemistry. This is Mr. Libby. We're on week 28, day 2 of Do the U. This is stoichiometry. This is the holy grail. This is what we've been aiming for all year, and it's what we're going to use for the rest of the school year. So please use your notebook. Do the U. You have your page 8, which has how to do the U. So these are the slides that are in Google Classroom and their stream. The video that I'm making right now will get put here. The first part is find the formula mass, find the grams per moles. This can't be the hard part. So I've done one of them there. Formula mass for sodium hydroxide is 40.00, and 2 times 40.00, you multiply up, you divide down. So this part you're multiplying up, that's not the hard part. This part you're dividing down, that's still not the hard part. Right? The next part is the mole to mole ratio part. This is the hard part. This is the part that is different than anything else. And I think you'll see that right now. There's 1 mole. Oh, my mouse is messed up. There's 1 mole of H2 and 1 mole of CO2 gives you 2 moles of HCl. So if you start with 2 moles of 10 moles, how many moles of this can you make if you have enough chlorine? Well, if you start with 1 mole of this, you can make 2 moles of that. That's double it. If you start 10 moles of this, you can probably make 20 moles of that, as long as you have enough chlorine gas. So the mole ratio is always going to be the same. 10 to 20 is the same as 1 to 2 when you're talking about ratios. When you're doing the second one, J, you're looking for 10 moles of chlorine. How many moles of sodium do you need to react with 10 moles of chlorine? So if you make this a 10, 2 is twice 1, so you need twice 10, which is going to be 20 again. So you need 20 moles of sodium to react with 10 moles of chlorine. Now this one, if you have 10 moles of oxygen, and I'm going to move the camera here, how many moles of propane do you need? Well, if I have 10 moles of this, there's a 1 to 5 relationship. I need to have a 1 to 5 relationship at the end. 1 to 5 is the same as 2 to 10. So I need 2 moles of propane to react with 10 moles of oxygen. This is the hard part. This is the part that you really need to be conscious of and be thinking of as you're going through this. Let's do one. So let's do L. So you'll notice that this part is from the top. I do that quite a bit on the sheet. So look up in these numbers here, because you've already done a lot of the math here. So this one I used from the top. So divide down. 80 divided by 4 is 2. Actually, I give you 2. So if I give you the moles, you just multiply up. That's really easy. But now to do the mole ratio, to find this right here, it's going to be 1 divided by 1 times 2. And you can probably do that in your head. And this one is going to be 1 divided by 1 times 2. And this one is going to be 1 divided by 1 times 2. If you notice, if all of these are the same, 1, 1, 1, 1, then all of these are the same, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so if it was 10, these would all be 10. If it was 20, these would all be 20. But if the coefficients are the same, the moles are the same, because the moles and the coefficients are tight. Then we say, okay, is this right? So then we multiply up. So finding the formula mass can't be the hard part. You multiply up and you get these numbers. 80 plus 72 is 152.92, 116.88 plus 36.04 is 152.92. You don't have to ask me. You know you're right. You have a few problems to do. This is the only paper we're doing today. Good luck. If you have questions, please ask for help. Please get this done before you do